Hey everybody, welcome back to Altered Stags Plumbing and Pump Repair. Wait, that's not it. So I just finished a stretch of 12-hour midnight shifts, and my first day off started with a plumbing job that I've been avoiding. I needed to replace a leaking pressure tank for my well. Hey hon, for the next project we gotta turn the furnace off.
Oh good.
It's great to be a jack of all trades, master of none. With some help from the warden, it was done in a few hours. So for those of you that haven't seen my previous videos on the GT40 intake, we need to step back in time just a little, just to last year. This was when I performed an old school mod I had heard about, but never seen any videos about. If you're watching this video, don't do this. I don't recommend doing this. Here we got our aluminum baseball bat. Once I start heating this up here and this starts getting hot, what am I creating? Basically a bomb. I know better than this. I was doing it anyway. Thank God I've always had a little bit of luck on my side. Still got all my fingers and all my toes, surprisingly, right? What saved me on this was this bat has a plastic plug, and that blew out, thankfully. For those of you that haven't seen it, check out a Fox Body mod never before seen on YouTube to see exactly how I did it. This down through. Eventually working my way up to this 2-inch socket. So after that was done, I took it back to the Silver Racing so we could have a true back-to-back dyno test. We swapped out the uppers right on the dyno. After looking at the intake for a while, I was convinced I could do even more. If you'd like to see exactly how it was done, please check out the next round of mods for our GT40 intake video. I did get a little too aggressive this time and almost split the intake. I took too large of a bite and I had to step down the socket size a little bit. So the only thing left I could do to the upper was enlarge the throttle body opening to 75 millimeters. Then I took a 75mm throttle body spacer and enlarged it to 80 millimeters. The reason I did this was because I had an old 80mm throttle body kicking around. Alright guys, so now we can jump back to dyno day. The first thing I needed to do was set the TPS. Then I headed to town to grab some fuel for the hot rod. Isn't that wonderful? Premium is 201.9 cents per liter. That's $7.64 a gallon for my American friends. After my wonderful trip to the gas station, I needed to move Swamp Thing. For the first time ever, the battery was completely dead in that car. It was actually reading 0 for volts on the charger. Since I have a smart charger, it won't charge a completely drained battery, so I had to give it a little boost from the silver car. With Swamp Thing finally out of the way, I got to warming up the silver car. Then it was time to get the car loaded up, only to find there's a flat tire on the trailer. I see it's just going to be one of those days. After about an hour on the road, I unloaded the car at the Silver Racing. Only to find that the brakes are low on fluid and the power steering fluid is empty. After topping them up, it was time to warm the car up for the dyno. So in our first dyno video, we only gained 2 peak horsepower. However, we gained 9 horsepower in the mid-range and 12 foot-pounds of torque at the tires. Not bad. So on the second dyno test, we only gained 4 peak horsepower. However, we picked up another 9 horsepower in the mid-range and another 12 foot-pounds of torque at the tires, which I was really surprised about. So these mods only increased peak horsepower by 6. But the mid-range gained a total of 18 horsepower at the tires and 24 foot-pounds of torque. So all it cost me was a baseball bat, and luckily I already had the throttle body. So if you want to see more, you can see everything in my GT40 playlist videos. Starting with this one right here. So if you've enjoyed any of these videos, please support the channel by liking and subscribing. Thanks for watching.